Hi there YouTube, it is nearly 10 in the morning on a Friday. It's a weekday. I suspect most people will be at work, school, various other things. But this is when I fly these days because I, work at 3 in the afternoon till 11 PM. Anyhow, we continue our round Australia in a GA aircraft. We are at Clare Valley, heading up to Port Pirie and Port Augusta today. So I made this little map of where we're intending to be. Obviously we started in Melbourne, went down to Tassie, came back up through Melbourne, up through western New South Wales, and then into Adelaide, and we're now heading out along the Spencer Gulf on the Cessna 150. Hello to Bryant, hope you're well. So today's flight plan, we're coming out of Clare Valley, heading up past these, like pretty much a plain here. I think it's a Williams Highway. Inside the D258B danger area, and the reason that D exists is because of this restricted zone, R265D. In the Ursa, we look at R265D. It is from, well, inside this airspace, 3,500. Activated by NOTAM from the flight commander of the 453 Squadron, and has to do with military flying. So, at certain times of the week, month, year, whatever, fast Air Force jets are flying around in this space. So, I've gone in here, the restricted area briefing, made a request for the 256D and C to see if they're doing any military flying. We have a green deactivated status, which means we are available to plan in this airspace, which is good. It means that there's no F-18s that are going to be surprising us with Mach 2. So with that sorted, we just checked out the weather forecast for the winds. We start off in this part of the world and then we head over to this part of the world. So we have wind 310 at 28, going up to 32. Quite windy. That's 32 knots of wind, like something like 65, 70 kilometers an hour at 2,500 feet. Flight plan out of Clare Valley. I have Uramin, which is a little town called Uramine, Spalding, and then 10 miles out from Jamestown. The airport at Jamestown is CTAF. It's got one runway. Not much there really, no fuel as far as I can tell. Oh no, Augusta is available, but you have to call in for it, so essentially unavailable. It's got a CTAF there. That's all good. Let's see if we can get a weather briefing from Clare Valley. Nothing there, just noise abatement. Avoid overflying Burgee Station, 1.3 nautical miles from the threshold, below 2,300, so we'll just climb to 2,500, we'll be fine. Aircraft to track close downwind, we're nodding 3-5 to avoid. Trailing aircraft inbound to the south, track overhead Clare Township, not below 2,600. Kangaroos and deers might be on the runway. That's all happy. I think Port Pirie is our nearest place with a AWIS. I don't even think it has an AWIS. Intriguing. Okay. Might be Port Augusta. Where's our nearest AWIS? I should have looked at that, eh? Might be Adelaide. Let's get the Ursa up for Parafield. Seems mighty far away for the closest AWIS, but here we are. Nothing much happening up here in the valley. Meteorological, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Let's grab the AWS from the phone. Obviously we're too far away to get it from radio on VHF.
Automated Weather Information Service, Parafield Airport. Time 2348 Zulu. Wind 360 degrees magnetic at 9 knots. Visibility 25 kilometers. Cloud clear below 10,000 feet. Temperature 21. Dew point 2. QNH 1021 hectopascals. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil.
Alright, we'll go with that. Wind is from the north, about 9-10 knots. Clear clouds, and that's pretty obviously the case. 21 degrees Celsius and QNH 1021. This one should be relatively easy. We're just following Williams Way all the way up. So with that, we'll get the aircraft ready to move. The good old Cessna 150. This one's a 152 technically. The real Echo Alpha Victor. Two things. This space is white, so the that red line doesn't run through the rego, and it's got less horsepower. But we'll fly the 152. Okay, first things first, we'll just turn on the batteries, get the flaps down. Parking brake is on. Masters are off. Flaps are down. Let's check these out. Do a couple of fuel drains and checking the amount of fuel that we have on board. We have about 88 litres. Stick that into our Excel for planning purposes. We burn about 24 litres an hour, 88 litres. That'll give us 3.5 hours of fuel burning time, and we can refuel again at Port Pirie. Cool. So first we'll take off, head up to Euromine at about 7 minutes. Indeed, Lachlan. Streaming when I can instead of at work. It's either streaming in the morning or streaming after 11 PM. And I don't really want to stream at stupidly late hours of the morning. I just realised I'm not actually logged into Vatsim, so we'll get that sorted. Get the flight plans sorted out as well. We are EAV for a Cessna 150. Flight plan is definitely not that one. We're VFR, YCVA, going to YPIR. YJST is our alternate. It's going to be about 1 hour and 20 minutes or so. As we said, we had about 3 hours 20 minutes of fuel on board. Our speed is going to be a paltry 95 knots. And we're cruising at flight level 035. We're definitely not doing that stuff. Need to get my comments ready. We're definitely not an L, we're more of an A. Route is YCVA, YJST, YPIR for this leg. That looks good. Filed. Let's jump back in. Alrighty. So inside the aircraft, let's run a checklist. Before starting the engine, fuel shutoff valve needs to be open. Set. Brakes are on. Mixture rich. Carby heat is cold. A means we have no DME, no GPS, nothing. L means we have all of the stuff available, GPS, FMS, RVSM, etc. This is not modded, it's default. There's not much in the aircraft to go wrong, really. It has an altimeter to show you how high you are. It has a bank angle, which is more than I can say for the real Echo Alpha Victor. It has this thing here which shows direction that you're pointing as a compass. The one in Echo Alpha Victor, the real aeroplane, isn't working. That's the suction, that's a speed, that's turn and bank, that's climb and descend, that's a VOR, that's another VOR. That's some radios, that's a tacho to show the engine, that's an NDB. And that's pretty much it. The only thing I modded was we can start the engine. Hi there, Air Mauritius. Okay, aircraft is primed. I'm clear in front of me, the parking brake is set. Clear prop. Gonna turn on some lights. Beacon's on. That's 9 PM. Okay, oil pressure. Showing it in the green. Almost. It's a little bit below the green. It'll get there as the temperature comes up. Yep, there she goes. Cool. Oil pressure looks to be good. Beacon is on. Parking brake is set. Shutoff valve is open. Mixture is rich. Strobe when we get to the runway. Carb heat is cold, and the rest of that's good to go. Alright. We need our CTAF. Clare Valley, CTAF 1267. That's set, and we should monitor 1228 as well, just in case anyone's around. Yeah, make sure I listen to both. Only need to listen, don't need to talk, and I might have a look at what's happening on Vatastic. We're the only people around. Surprise. Alright, so the QNH should be 1021. Good, I'm showing 200 feet there, or just under 200 feet. Clare Valley shows me, oh yeah, 1,120. So yeah, that's fine, 1,000. Once we take off out of here, we'll be climbing to 3,500 for an eastbound heading. Check our compass, I'm seeing 350. And that's coordinated. Transponder is on. After takeoff, our heading will be 332. Now it's good to go, and we want the north runway. So we're up here. We're taxiing out onto the runway to backtrack runway 35. Clare Valley traffic, Echo Alpha Victor, Cessna 150 is taxiing to runway 35. We're just going to stop for some run-ups on the holding short point. Traffic, Clare Valley. Let's move out. When did we last move? I think it was Sunday last week, wasn't it? Or was it 2 weeks ago? So yeah, Clare Valley's not a bad little place. Well known for its grape production and wineries. We're going to go up to Jamestown, which is... the airfield up at Jamestown is named after Wilkins. Apparently Wilkins had something to do with the town, the aviation up there. That's the same Wilkins that the runway at Antarctica is named after. So he's from South Australia and explored Antarctica. He's also an aviator. Flaps coming up, that's moving out towards the runway. I do need a point slightly away from the fuel to go up to high power, so we'll do that. And run-ups. Hi there, Aaron. Hope you're well. Getting out overseas, eh? 150 should be 1800 RPM. That's set. Nice drop on the magneto. And to the right side. Good sharp drop, maybe 75. Pretty good. Carby heat. Yep, 50 on that drop. Suction's good in the green, and we'll drop that. I think about 800, I'd say. Yeah, it's pretty steady at 800, maybe 750. 1000 RPM, and we'll call ready. Clare Valley traffic, Echo Alpha Victor is entering runway 35 backtrack. Strobes, landing lights, and everything else on. This aircraft, of course, has no autopilot to speak of, so it's all hand flying. Doesn't even have a like heading indicator on the DG, so you just have to look at the DG properly. Extremely primitive. We were talking about taking the Jabiru out for the next flight out of Port Augusta. Yeah, this is the default panel. It's been repainted black instead of the the default color, but apart from the color, it's default. And we'll make the turnaround. Yeah, we've got the trumpet just next to me. The natural trumpet, that is. Like having a trumpet where I don't need to use any fingers. It's great. Clare Valley traffic, Echo Alpha Victor, departing runway 35, departure northbound. Just want to double check that heading again, 332 for 5 minutes, time is 04, we're going to wait for 5 seconds, and a slight left turn. And up we go. Hey there, Spencer. Hope you're well. Yeah, it does feel a little weird to stream at this time of day, but you know, with work being as it is, I can't stream at the normal time of the day. Behind us, yeah, tracking down the runway pretty well. Bit of crosswind, as I said, about what, 35 knots across. 30 plus knots. Most of the crosswind. Fortunately, it's not headwind, otherwise we'd be going really slow in this aircraft. Not that we are going fast. It's a Cessna 150 after all. Got to climb at about 75 knots. Time was 5 minutes past. So it'll be 12 and heading 332. Yeah, the 150s are pretty cool, aren't they? Very, very tiny airplanes. I like the 172 a lot better. In fact, I like the 180 even better. Oh, it's climbing well for a 150. It's going to take out some of that mixture, and we'll bring down the power to about 2400 RPM. What am I buying next for the probably aircraft? P&DG 78. When they come out with the Honeycomb Charlie, I might get that too. I'm not sure. It's probably a few years away from being a good airline operating sim. At some point it'll get there, but not without P&DG and, you know, all the other add-ons. Once P&DG come out, I'll have a good assessment for you with the 737. But that's probably not until Christmas or even next year. So far it's a really nice, yeah, I've got the honeycomb throttles, got the honeycomb yoke. There is no such thing as honeycomb pedals yet. But when there are, I might have a look at them. There's Williams Way. We'll just keep it off our right there. Phoenix A320, very nice. Hopefully that turns out to be a good aircraft. I'm sure it will. Current 3,500 is where I planned to be. If you guys are in my Discord, I now have a new Discord voice room or text room called Around Australia. It's where I put all the flight planning material for this flight. Each time we go on a flight, I'll do my flight planning in there. Basically, the creation of that document there and all the links. Yeah, that's Williams Way there. They're about 2 minutes out. I think we might be a little early because we're going a bit quicker. So I reckon that's our position here, which was meant for 12, unless that's over there. No, I'm pretty sure that's it. Cool. I'll mark that down as achieved. Time 10. So it'll be 16 for the next one, because we're actually at 95 knots now, or 100 knots even. It's going to knock off a little bit of power so we're not blasting through. I suspect the heading's going to be the same. Oh no, 337. Okay, a little bit further across. It's about where we are now anyway. Cool. And visually looking at the Williams Way Road down there. So yeah, Phoenix A320. It's interesting that FS Labs aren't coming to the party. I do hope Phoenix has the Hoppies A-cars in it, because that's always rip-roaring fun when you get the European controllers online. Maybe I should do that tomorrow, do European stuff instead of America. I have a doctor's appointment at 10:30 right in the middle of F&O, so I just can't get to it, I'm afraid. I was specifically like reached out on Discord by one of the organisers for F&O, and they're like, please come to our F&O. I'm like, nah, dang. Yeah, I've toppled over a little bit too far. What time was that? 16. 3 minutes out, and I can see the town that we're aiming at. balding. Yeah, trying to keep that speed steady at 95. BA virtual. Fun. I hear fun about that. But yeah, it'd be nice to get to Europe. The only issue is getting up so dang early in the morning. It's like 5 in the morning every day if I want ATC. Can you imagine a stream at 5 in the morning? Without a haircut, my hair will be insane unless I have a good shower and strip it all back. My hair is rather long at the moment. Haven't had a haircut since May. Insane. Going for the COVID hairstyle. Good thing is I can wear the headset, so you just pull it back behind the headset, and it's all messy back here, but out the front it looks fine. People are saying, have you had a haircut? No, I'm just using my headset as a those things that the girls use, little band on the top. Headset hair, there we go. Yeah, really late. That said, I could fly after work. I might look into that. Because I finish work at 11, so if I like take half an hour to get reset, boot up the sim, stand up a bit, stretch, and then sit down for nearly midnight, and then do a midnight flight. Midnight till 3 AM or something crazy. Good night, Cross. Yeah, not bad routes out of London and Manchester, whatever. I can get it. That said, I think I wouldn't mind flying the Europeans a bit. The Germans and whatever else out there. I think German's pretty active on Vatsim. And the Dutch. Though the Dutch only really have, 2 airports that they care about. That was correct. 17 for the next one. Time 23 and then 10 miles out. Time 32 at Jamestown. Do they call it Jamestown or Wilkins? I think it's Jamestown. So our heading should be 336. I'm just visually following the road at the moment, so that should be fine. 336, a little bit over. It's full of A320s. Indeed it is. Barely a 737 to be seen apart from maybe KLM and the Dutch. The Dutch like their 73s. Got KLM, you got Transavia. Everyone else is on A320s. Let's bring it up the old Google Earth map. So this is called Bundelia, this little mountain range here. Not really mountain range, hill range. And inside, like there's a bunch of hills here, and then inside it you can see this little slightly flat area. That's not called a valley, that's called Bundelia Gardens. Anyway, there's Williams Way that we're following along. Refamiliarise myself with the times. 3 minutes out, we should be 10 miles from Jamestown, which means it's time to have a look at our CTAF 126.7, same frequency, makes sense. Runway 34, which is our runway. We'll pop into the dead side, then push into the full circuit. Circuit time will be time 32. Weather details remain the same. I want to be at 3,500 for this. Ooh, a lot of turbulence coming off that hill. What's the wind doing again? I've written it down as 320. It's mostly headwind. That's horrible. Random Sydney friend calling me to bitch about Sydney's lockdown. I'll call him back later. Very pretty, very red, very brown. Yeah, that turbulence is annoying me at the moment. Makes sense that there'll be a lot of turbulence with that 35 knot wind or so. What was it again? 32 knots. 32 knots coming straight off that hill. Just glad that the restricted airspace is deactivated, otherwise we'd have to fly over there. Or mix it up with the FA-18 Hornets. The old F-35. Okay, we're inside the minute. Jamestown traffic, Cessna 150, Echo Alpha Victor is 3,500 feet, approximately 10 miles to the south of the aerodrome. We'll be entering circuit from the dead side, runway 34, estimate circuit time 32. Traffic Jamestown. Slight readjustment of our course to put us straight into Jamestown. Essentially we're going to follow that road and Jamestown should be at the end of it. In fact, right there, that's Jamestown. Okay, so So our circuit height is 2,500. So 3,000 is the crossing height. Going to say at 3,100. That's an interpretation as well if you round up. I like how they put markers on this aircraft because of course you're going to be flying ILS approaches in a 152. No. I think that's the runway there. There's a little creek that runs through the town, and it's just on the north side of the creek, so I reckon that's our runway. Just above where the markers are. We'll settle back down to 3,100, and then when we're inside the dead area we'll descend down to 2,500, 2,600. Remembering the aircraft is crabbing slightly to the right. I can see it crabbing. It's quite a bit of crab there. Kind of flying in that direction over here. So now that we're right on the center line, I'm going to point our aircraft along the runway's heading and we'll fly sideways away from the runway. Jamestown traffic, aircraft for Victor is on the dead side at 3,100. We'll be descending down to 2,600 to join downwind runway 34. Traffic, Jamestown. Nothing here about right-hand circuits, all good. Hilltop power lines to the east, some wind turbines up to the north, probably on those hills. I'm surprised it's not a right-hand circuit, but anyway. thinking we'll go pretty wide, so we aren't flying over the middle of the town. And also because of the massive crosswind here, it'll make that base leg pretty quick. Jamestown traffic, aircraft Victor is 2700. We'll be crossing the centre line and then joining downwind to runway 34. No one's on the runway, no one took off. It's all clear. That's our height. Flying mostly into wind. Remember, it's 33 knots of wind or 32 knots. Okay, undercarriage is fixed, mixture is rich. Pump is on. Sorry, that one there. Brakes are released. Fuel is on, and seats and harnesses are secure. Okay, that should be about enough. I'm going to fly around the town essentially. Nice little, is that cricket pitch? Yeah, it's got cricket in the middle. Cool. Into the base. Carby heat. Little bit of flap. Jamestown traffic, Echo Alpha Victor is turning final runway 34. Flaps 30. Cover heats off. .65 knots. That wind speed's dropping off as we get closer to the ground. Jamestown traffic, Echo Alpha Victor, turning to backtrack, runway 34. Look at that windsock blasting into the crosswind there. So welcome to Jamestown. Another bad little airport this. No fuel, according to the... Actually, yeah, there was fuel by arrangement. No credit cards. So you can get fuel here. Not much apron space, but that's okay. Just need to turn around. Parking brake is set. We're not leaving, but we'll do this. Get our documents ready to go over to Port Pirie. So Port Pirie, our heading will be 265 on the climb out, 261 once we're established. First leg is 7 minutes. Gotta check our compass. I'm showing about 70, 65. Is that the correct direction? It is, yep. So that's 6, a little bit 1. Seems to be okay. 1267, 1228. Trim's in the takeoff position. Pumps are okay. Gotta drop the taxi light. Traffic Jamestown. Echo Alpha Victor is holding short runway 34 to enter and backtrack. So up top here at Jamestown, right at the very top of the map, and we're tracking out to Port Pirie. There's a little gorge up here called the Beetaloo Valley. We'll just clip the edge of that. So Beetaloo Valley on the Teloe range, I guess they call it. Teloe range. Passing the town of Laura on the way. So from here, Jamestown, Gatoe, which is Kaltoe, the township, pass just to the south of Kaltoe, and then Laura. I think we're a little bit south of Laura Central, so it should be on the the right-hand side of the aircraft. And then a place called Warnertown. Let's go. Jamestown traffic, Echo Alpha Victor, Cessna 150, entering the backtrack on 034. This airport is named after Wilkins. So if you ever see Jamestown Airport, it's actually named Wilkins. Sir Wilkins Aerodrome. Sir Hubert Wilkins Aerodrome. The Arctic explorer who grew up in this town, apparently. Jamestown traffic, aircraft Victor departing runway 34, left-hand crosser and departure. Last time to check, we have 340. 340. After departure, it is a heading of 265. Time is 40. Let's go. Hi there, Aviator, hope you're well. Took off out of Jamestown, heading to Port Pirie. .47, maybe 46, because we're probably actually flying a little bit quicker than we planned. Heading westbound, so it should be evens. I'm going to go to flight to 4,500. A few hills up here. That's a little township of Jamestown. How are you doing these days, Aviator? Wishing you could get it back up into the real aircraft Victor and fly around? Definitely got the Beetaloo Valley in my sights. What was the time? Was it 47? No, 46. Okay then. We should be at Katawi. That's it there. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. The other thing we should be at is 4,500. Not quite there yet. That will call it inside the minute. And it'll be 55 for the next one. 261. Yeah, already there. Cool. Next should be just south of Laura. I can see the road out of Kalawi. RPM back down to 2400, leading out the mixture there. There's Laura. Got it. Lots of dirt roads out in this part of the world. Not much black stuff. That's some black stuff there, but then dirt roads here. So, yeah. That there would be the Laura Kalari Road. Makes sense. Roads are named after the two towns that they connect. This is the road that goes from Laura to Kalari. What shall we call it? The Laura to Kalari Road. Should we tar seal it? Nah. Random little farming properties down there. Does make you wonder what it would be like to live in one of those out here, many, many, many kilometres from Adelaide. I've got the Spencer Gulf in sight. Five minutes to Laura. That's Laura there. The town there is Gladstone, South Australia, not Queensland. Alrighty, Port Pirie 126.9er. Hello Leon, hope you're well. We're flying over Germantown, funnily enough. There's a place called Germantown in the next leg between Port Pirie and Port Augusta. I'll have to point it out as we go over. Lots of German immigrants in the 1950s to this part of the world. Oh, many, many, many legs. On this stream, only one more. But for the entire lap around Australia, probably a year's worth or more. I think Christmas 2022 is probably our aiming point. But for this particular stream, we'll probably be done in the next hour. We touched down at Port Pirie. Then we just head over to Port Augusta, which is just over the horizon up there. Navigation's going to be a lot easier on the next trip because well, we're essentially flying coastal. It's prettier that way as well. As much as I love the challenge of those inland legs and there's nothing to see apart from like, there's our town. Indeed, flying up to Germantown. Well, a German is watching the stream. All's down under, head on. Time is 54. We have 1 minute out. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Should be 2, 7, 8, 9. Time 09 at Port Pirie. come off my track a little bit. So this is Beetaloo Valley. And Warnertown a little bit further up. So we're currently over Laura. A little bit early, I think. We're about 1 minute off. I'm going to call it 54, 1 and 8. Gonna get that track back in. I can see Port Pirie now. That's the township. We're looking for the airport, which is a little bit south of the town. And estimating time 8. Airfield height is essentially sea level, give or take 40 feet. Ah, your update. Yes. I had issues getting my update going. I had to install Xbox app and then had to trick it into thinking that Flightsim wasn't installed, and then told it to install Flightsim while the files were there, and then it tried to start installing over the top. So I just updated the registry, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's already installed. And then I could update. It's a bit annoying. Still can't see the airfield. Be about there somewhere. Hope it's physically there. I can see this boundary between two overlays, so if it's not physically there, that'll be a problem. I'll have to go to Port Augusta. I've already had one airport that didn't show up because of a thing like that. At Bendigo. Port Pirie traffic, Echo Alpha Victor is Cessna 150 at 4,000 feet. We're approximately 10 miles to the east of Port Pirie. We'll be tracking in to join dead side of circuit runway 26. Estimate circuit time 09. Traffic Port Pirie. try to orient it myself where the roads are. Okay, there's the main road there. That would have to be... Main High, wouldn't it be? Spencer Highway. That's a Spencer Highway. This has to be the runway here, surely. Pretty sure that's it. Okay, circuit height is 1000. We've already made our initial call. Give half the mixture back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's our airfield. I'll just sit on the dead side of the circuit, then we'll come around from the left hand side. $15.42. Well, they haven't broken the 2000 yet, so I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Not as disappointed as I was expecting to be. I don't know, whatever. Seems to be hovering around this 1,500 mark. It's just been sitting there all week. Hi there, John. Hope you're well as well. Port Pirie and the Spencer Gulf. Once we're down at Port Pirie, we'll call into the AWIS at Port Augusta. We need to take on some fuel as well, just to be safe. Okay, let's do the landing checklist. Landing gear is down and fixed. Brakes are released. Mixture rich. Fuel pump is in. Instrument is set. Seat enhancers are secure. Port Pirie traffic, Echo Alpha Victor is overhead the dead side of the field at runway 36 on the dead side. We'll be descending down to 1,000 feet to join runway 26 downwind. Port Pirie traffic, aircraft Victor crossing centerline runway 26, the join downwind. Flynn reckons he can get his sims installed in 5 minutes. Good luck. Port Pirie traffic, Echo Alpha Victor downwind to runway 26. Flaps 10. Port Pirie traffic, Echo Alpha Victor turning final, runway 26. Significant crosswind from the right. Full flaps. Cover heats off. that bad for a crosswind. Port Pirie traffic, aircraft Victor is backtracking at runway 26. Port Pirie traffic, aircraft Victor vacated runway 26. That truck is parked in a rather inconvenient location. Parking brake set, 1000 RPM. Alrighty. Let's get some fuel. How much do we need actually? Do 45. There we are, 45 and a bit. That'll give us nearly 3 hours of actual power fuel, so we could come back here if we needed to. Not that we will. Weather's looking great up there. Let's have a chat about where we're going. It is Port Augusta, up the top of the Spencer Gulf. We're at Port Pirie. We're not going straight across because we're in a Cessna 150, which is really slow and got one engine, and it doesn't float very well at all. So what we'll be doing instead is we'll be tracking along the coastline, staying within gliding distance of the coast, and then by the time we get to roughly Jamestown, we'll skip across the Gulf up to Port Augusta. So what's going to happen is after takeoff, and I'll get the Google Maps here. After takeoff from Port Pirie, we're going to track along because we're going in that direction. We'll avoid flying over the top of the town, so we'll stay along the beach here, around the town until we hit German Bay. Notice German is spelled with an E-I instead of an A. It's E-I-N. So around German Bay, we pick up at Waruna Island. There's a causeway over some swampland. That's our timing point. We'll then fly over Port German, a little bit inland. Up to about there, we'll cross this bay straight across to Miranda. And from Miranda, it's straight line up to Port Augusta. Timing on this leg is 28 minutes. Still 32 knots of wind and 2,500 on the flight. I'll just call into the AWIS here. Just checking out my friend who called me. They didn't leave a message. Someone else left a message via text. Funny. 3814.
Automated Weather Information Service. Port Augusta Airport. Time 0116 Zulu. Wind 340 degrees magnetic at 13 knots. Visibility 25 kilometers. Present weather. No significant weather. Cloud clear below 10,000 feet. Temperature 26. Dew point -8. QNH 1021 hectopascals. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil.
QNH hasn't changed. No clouds. Wind 340. What was the last wind? 360. So the wind has changed slightly to the west, but yeah, it's pretty cool. No clouds, 26 degrees Celsius. Quite warm up here. Let's jump in. Fuel drains. Fuel drains are good to go. Okay, we have 45 litres? Yep, 45 and a bit litres. Let's jump in. Same as before start checks. Fuel shut-off valve is open, brakes are tested and set. Mixture is rich. Carburetor heat is cold. Prime not required. Throttle open 1/2 inch. It is. Master switch on. Lights gonna go beacon. Navs. Get settled in the chair. Clear prop. A 1,000 RPM. I'm happy with that. Run 126.9er. Taxiing out runway 26. Port Pirie traffic, Echo Alpha Victor Cessna 150 is taxiing runway 26 from the fueling apron. More call when ready. Those signs are oddly wrong, but anyway, time to do a run up. Magneto left. Magneto right. Copy. Suction's good. All pressure is in the green, all temperatures in the green. Let's drop that. Port Augusta traffic, Echo Alpha Victor, Cessna 150, entering runway 26, backtrack. Don't really need to backtrack, but we will. Runway 26. Port Augusta traffic, aircraft Victor departing runway 26. Significant crosswind. It's mostly stable. Port Augusta traffic, aircraft Victor has departed runway 26. We're turning right hand across from departure. Time is 24. .28 to the creek. Heading 38. That's north. Ready and fine, but a little bit quietly. Echo Victor. Said 2,500 for the climb.
Port Augusta traffic, Lima Romeo Mike, radio check.
Oh, reading it well now. Echo Victor.
Lima Romeo Mike.
Bit of mixture, bit of trim. One minute, we should be at the coastline.
Port Pirie traffic, Lima Romeo Mike, taxis, runway 26, for Port Augusta. Port Pirie traffic.
Power back a little bit to 2400. So sometime next week we'll head down to Whyalla, which is a pretty hilarious little town where every suburb is named Whyalla suffix, suffix. It's like Whyalla Norrie, Whyalla Edwards, Whyalla Stewart, Whyalla something else. There's our island over there. And that's time 28, so we're gonna pick up the next. Yeah, Rona Island is the next, so 3 minutes out, time 28, 9, 10, 1. That'll be 34 after that. And then 44. So we're now over German Bay. And that there is Warona Island, Waruna Island. There's the causeway. So from Baruna Island, it's German, or Port German, which is up here, that little space there. There's a road between Port German and Jamestown, essentially, that comes through that gorge there. Very scenic part of the map there, particularly that gorge. We're not going to go through it, but you know, for a driving experience, it looks pretty good. That's the what's it called? Oh yeah, German Gorge. Germein, Germany. Two minutes, we should be back over land, and we probably want to check our heading to the next leg because it's over some land, not much in between. So time 52 into the circuit at Port Augusta. Still pretty windy out here, so we should probably check our heading. 74 all the way through. Surely not.
Port Pirie traffic, Livery Mike, enters backtrack runway 6.
I put our heading in correctly. Incorrectly.
Port Pirie traffic.
Should be 328. It's more like it. Heading should be 318. Change the times as well. So we'll call German current time 35. Three. $59, and it'll be 909.
Port Pirie traffic, Livery near Mike, trafficking cars. For Port Augusta, Port Pirie traffic.
Okay, so our time should be about right, 9, maybe 10. Because we're not going directly there. We'll see how it goes. I can see Miranda up on the horizon. It's about there on the coast. Wind is coming from about 340 or so it's not too far off a direct headwind. Let's have a look at what we need to do up in Port Augusta. So we have runway 33, 126.9, elevation 50. I can physically see where we're going, so no great navigational challenges at the moment. So let's double check that timing. 53. Fair way off. just for fun. Remembering that this doesn't have an autopilot, so we're still manually hand flying. So do a duet here. There you go. Wonder if that'll break some copyright somewhere. Time 45, still about 8 minutes, maybe 7 minutes to Miranda. Just past Mambray Creek right there. That's the town of Miranda right here. I'm just aiming a little bit off it, so that's Miranda, starting from there, carrying on to about that spot there. So if we just pass over the very far west side of Miranda, we'll continue on. The other side of the Spencer Gulf there. That's Port Bonnython spot right there. And Whyalla, a little bit further along, I think it's about there. Time 49, almost at Port German. I think we're past Port German. We're directly on top of Port German. There's Port German there. Time is 49. We're somewhat 2 minutes early. 3 minutes early, okay. I'm happy with being early. Let's modify all the times here. It was 49 actually, so it's 4 minutes early. 55 and time 5. Okay, this kind of like area here is called Winanawi. Winanawi. North of Winanawi is Port Patterson. And almost directly across the river is Port Augusta. So about there somewhere. We'll aim straight at it now. I'm happy to cross the Spencer Gulf at that narrow point there. Get back down to altitude. So the next point is 10 miles away from Port Augusta in 2 minutes time. So I'll make the broadcast as we roughly cross over the coastline here. And the estimated time is 05. We're inbound for runway 33, sorry. Runway 33, we'll do the whole rigmarole of flying past the dead side and coming around for the other. Flight procedures are right-hand circuits operating 3-3, so we're actually dead side on the left and then into the right hand. Are we allowed to do dead sides on this thing? Is there some reason that we have to do right hands? Hello Arbads, we're flying to Port Augusta in a Cessna 152. There is a reason, and the reason is that's an army base and they fire live shells. So let's stay to the right side of the runway. That's a good enough reason to stay away from there. So we stay on this side of the Spencer Gulf because over there's an army base, and inside that army base, mostly inside that kind of bowl that's surrounded by hills, but on that flat plateau on the other side of that hill are some dudes that are firing cannons. Thanks for that. Not too long to go actually, about maybe 10-15 minutes we should be over our airfield. 20 minutes we should be done. So yeah, about 10 minutes away from the airfield. In fact, we should make the broadcast now. Port Augusta traffic, Echo Alpha Victor, Cessna 150 is 2,500, approximately 10 miles to the southeast of Port Augusta. We'll be entering runway 33 right-hand circuit, joining from the dead side onto a midfield downwind. Runway 33, Port Augusta. There's our runway. Got it. Circuit height is 1,100. So I'll come over the top of it, 1,600. We're about there, so just gonna pop in, keep it nice and tight. There's apparently ultralight aircraft launching out of the opposite side. Almost like they're setting us up for a direct base entry. Could we do it? They don't want us on the right side of the left side of the field. I think we can. Straight into a direct base. Port Augusta traffic Echo Alpha Victor is on an extended right base, runway 33. We'll be landing from the right base. Traffic of Port Augusta. Okay, gear is fixed, undercarriage, brakes are released. Mixture rich. Fuel pump on. Instrument is set, seats and harnesses are secure. Port Augusta traffic, Echo Alpha Victor is a right base, runway 33. Carb heats in. Flaps 10.
Port Augusta traffic, Lima Romeo Mike, joining extended final runway 33, Port Augusta.
Check out for the cannons at the far end back there.
Sorry, say again.
The restricted airspace is an army base. Apparently they do live fire with artillery.
Yeah, right. That'll be fun, looking at fireworks.
Indeed. That's why it's a right circuit at Port Augusta apparently.
Ah, yeah. Makes sense.
All the flaps. Port Augusta traffic, Echo Victor, short final runway 33. Wonder if we can short field this and make the taxiway. Tree coloration looks really good. I like that. That was nice with the headwind. Port Augusta traffic, Echo Alpha Victor has vacated runway 33.
Lima Romeo Mike, final runway 33, Port Augusta traffic.
So where do we want to go? That's the main airport. GA's over that side. Cool, we'll go that side. That's RPT over there, so Rex Airlines have parked their Saabs over there. I think. Can't really tell. Anyway, there's some hangars over here, so we'll go over here. Keep it on the concrete. It's all like dusty dirt out here. No grass. I know it's not raining or even threatening to, but you know, don't want to get bogged in the dust. Come up to here and turn out. Up to the tie down line, roughly there. Parking brakes are set, 1000 RPM. And we'll shut it down. I have 1 hour 36 minutes. I've got no idea why I still got the propeller spinning, but there we go. Let's see where this other aircraft is. Still on the in, cool. Well, that is a Cessna 150, 152, Port Augusta. Quite an interesting trip. Of course, next time we will be rejoining where we've been as we watch. I think I can hear the other aircraft coming in, so I might watch them land. Lima Romeo Mike. We landed already? Can't tell. Oh, there he is. Cool. So as he parks, we'll have a chat about what we're coming up on next. Obviously, Saturday I won't be doing F&O, that's tomorrow, because I'm doing some other stuff. Not sure what other events are on that day, but if there's anything either earlier in the morning or later in the afternoon, I'll probably show up for them. Possibly on Sunday we'll be continuing down south to Whyalla, and from Whyalla we want to head either Cowell or Cleve, one of those two, and that's probably where we stop in on Sunday. Sometime after that we have Port Lincoln, Cummins, and my favourite, Streaky, no, that's Elliston. Elliston over there. I was thinking on the way to Streaky Bay we'll track into Woodina and then Streaky Bay. Streaky Bay is my favourite because I had stuff to do there with work some, now what, 6 or 7 years ago. It was my favourite little town. And then Ceduna, before we head out to the Great Australian Bight in the Nullarbor Plain. Of course, this is round 2 of Around Australia. There's the full map. We've only just gotten to here. Anyhow, I've just noticed my lights are flickering, so that means the power is going insane here in my street. We've had there was a fire somewhere down the road a little while back, so sounds like they're doing stuff down there. Anyhow, Hope you have a very good weekend. I have been useful aviator. I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.